Well, as many of you know, I really enjoy crafting, and as we have moved over the years, we've always talked a lot about of how we've reduced our belongings and pared down a lot of our things. So I thought today would be a chance to give you a good representation of what exactly that means for us, for me. So when we moved from Texas to St. Croix, the craft tower that you see was my limit. I had to fit everything I wanted to take for crafting into that craft tower. And now as we move from St. Croix to our boat, I have to pare down things again. So most of this I've gone through already. The bottom drawer is actually papercraft and scrapbooking. I have a wedding album that is now 3 years overdue that I have to finish, and I think that will be a project I will make a goal of by our anniversary. And today what I'm going to focus on is embroidery or cross stitch, which is a favorite hobby of mine since I was a kid. Comes in really handy for baby gifts and wedding gifts. And so today what I'm going to be doing is getting everything pared down to about one of those drawer sizes. I cleaned out the drawer from the craft tower, and what I have left that we are going to be keeping today are needles, thread winders that you can store the thread on in the boxes. I have a project that I recently finished that I received a year ago. I have some books with alphabet designs and small designs that are good for different small simple gifts. I have some bibs and coasters that are meant for cross stitch, and I have another unfinished project. Okay, well, first things first, let's put away some of these things. We've got the stickers, assortment of embroidery floss needles, and extra organizers. This is a hand towel that I received a year ago for my birthday. I finally got around to finishing it yesterday, of all things, the day after my next birthday. And here is what this design originally was supposed to be, with a seagull or pigeon or something on it, but I changed it over to a flamingo because I like flamingos better. But today's project is one that I bought 4 years ago for a coworker. We were going on a transatlantic cruise, and I thought I would have plenty of time during the day to work on something to keep myself busy. And I got some of it done, and it has been on the shelf for a while. And so it's one of the few unfinished projects that have made it all this way. And so I'm going to see what past Genevieve has left now for future Genevieve, to see what needs to be finished with it. It looks like we have a fine assortment of threads that need to be reorganized onto their card. Some other threads I must have stolen out of my own box. And a partially completed design. So hopefully we can get this finished up in the next couple of weeks. I actually have a coworker who is coming here to St. Croix for a project for a company that we do all of their projects nationwide. So I'm hoping that I can finish this by the time he leaves, and he can give it to my coworker that it was originally intended for. So here is the design as far as the black and white and the stitch patterns, and here is the color version of it. The reason that I originally picked up this design for her was the very first week that I started working. She said this exact phrase to me, and it always sort of tickled me, and I thought she would appreciate getting a handmade version of it for herself. Okay, so we've gotten our threads reorganized according to our color chart. We've got our project back laid out. Apparently I stopped on a pink thread here, and this is a fairly labor-intensive process. So I think what we'll do as I get an hour finished of work on this project, we'll do a little catch-up video, and I can show you what I've done and what an hour's worth of work looks like in this type of project. That's the thing about counted cross stitch. You get off by one square, and then you have to make decisions about what future you is going to do, or present you is going to do about the mistakes that past you made. It sounds kind of silly, but I'm working on the sleeve here, and if you notice between the pattern and what's done is between these two dark spots, there should actually be 4 spaces, and there are 3. And over here, there should be 4, and there are. So I'm lucky there, but I have to make some decisions on what to do and how to fix this. So that's how that is.
More installer work today. We got cover plates and boxes. Done. Well, another fine day of some laboring. Installed some jacks, did some cleanup work at a job site we were at before, and it's all finished, so that's exciting. Other than that, we're going around, running some errands. I think it's going to be a pretty chill afternoon. St. Joseph Catholic School, home of NetWave training. Going to check out the classroom for the NetWave fiber optic technician installer training. I've never seen it before. I think it's a new classroom, so let's see what it looks like. See what we need to do to get it fixed up and ready for training.
Okay, stop it. Stop the camera. I wish you told me you were going to turn that on, because I'm wearing a different shirt.